Good morning. Welcome to the workshop. Today I've got a fun, simple little project for us to work on. It's going to be a dog bandana, an over-the-collar dog bandana. It's going to look similar to this. You'll be able to slide the collar right through. And we'll be personalizing it too, if you want to. You don't have to. It's a really quick, simple, fun little project to do. If you have a dog, if you know somebody that has a dog, if you're just wanting a fun little simple project to do, this will be something good for you to start out with. I make them in 3 different sizes. I do, well, 4 actually. A small, which is the one that we're going to be doing today, a medium and a large, and then I've made 1 extra small for a new puppy. But what we're going to be doing today is the small version. What you're going to need is a piece of fabric. It's going to be at least 9.5 by 9.5. This will be one that'll fit a 10 to 12 pound dog. I have my template that I use to cut it out with. This is just one of the quilting templates that you can get at Joann's or Walmart or Hobby Lobby. This one is 9.5 by 9.5. And I've just found that that works out really good for this size bandana. Your rotary cutter, your little snipping scissors, your regular scissors, your thread or a Cricut machine. I'm going to be embroidering mine. This is the thread that I'm going to be using to embroider. Your sewing machine, of course. And then optional, just something that I like to do is a little bit of iron-on interfacing. And I'll show you what we do with that. So, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is, after you've cut your fabric out, lay it down on a flat surface here. Flip it over so that the back side is down and fold it corner to corner. Just like that. And you're going to see there'll be just a slight bit of overhang. We'll take care of that in just a minute. And then we're going to take it over to the iron and give this a good press. Okay, over at the iron, we're just going to press this crease down. I've got my iron set to linen cotton, the linen cotton setting, and I've got the steam on. So we're just going to kind of press that crease in really good. Okay. Open it back up and then take your interfacing that you cut. This is the optional step. Take the interfacing that you cut and lay it right across this crease. I actually cut mine too big. Look right in there. It doesn't have to go the entire length of it. You can leave just a little bit off here at the corner, just as long as it's covering the center part of the crease. Press that down into place. Just like that. And now if you lay it, if you have it just cut off like that in the corner, you'll want to cut off these edges. That. Right there. And then fold it back over like you did to start with, corner to corner, over the interfacing. You're going to fold, so you're folding the interfacing in half as well. fold that down, take your iron. I'm going to burn myself with this one day. And fold that crease back down in place. Flip it over and do the other side. Just so that you've got a nice sharp crease there. Okay. And then I always just kind of take it and fold it the top corner to the top corner and just check it and make sure that you've got this point that's going to come out down at the bottom. Take it back over here to the cutting table. I hope you can see this. This is my first time using the GoPro for really anything substantial. I'm just not used to it. Lay it down, and where you had that little bit of overhang, let's see, can you see that right there? Where it wasn't just completely squared up. Lay that down, and with your rotary cutter, or your scissors, either one, I just love using a rotary cutter. Square that edge up. I'm going to flip it around to the other side and do the same thing. That way you're just making sure that you've got nice, crisp, sharp angles and edges on here. Okay, and so now you've got a perfect little triangle there for your bandana. Okay, let's go back to the ironing board. When you get here, open the bandana up, and this is one thing that I left off of the supply list, just a small ruler. You want to take the corner that's got your interfacing on it, and you're going to fold it up for a small size like this. Fold it up approximately 1 3/4 inches to 2 inches. This is where the collar is going to slide through, the dog's collar. So you need to make sure that it's at least wide enough for a 1-inch collar. That's what most of them are, especially for a small dog. So I like mine to be just a little bit loose, not loose, but bigger than the collar. So I'm going to fold it down about, it's right at 1 3/4 inches. You're going to line your corner up right here to the crease in the center. Grab your iron and iron that down into place. Okay. Flip it around. Do the same thing on the other corner. Whoops, I lost my measurement. Line it up about 1 3/4 inches. Let's see, I love these little rulers because you can mark your thing on there, and I tend to get a little bit over picky about some things like that. Okay, line it up right there. Make sure you've got the corner right here that's lined up straight right here with your crease in the center. Grab your iron and press that down real good. Now, turning it back this way towards you, you want to fold that crease down again, matching up the edges. See? Whoops. And press that into place. Now you have what looks like, what your finished product is going to look like. Okay. I'm using about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Make sure when you start that you backstitch. And you're going to sew all the way down to that crease. Raise your needle. Turn it, and we're going to go up the other side. Backstitch at the end. And there you've got one side completed. Start at the top, backstitch, down to that crease, raise your needle, flip it around, and back up to the end. Make sure a backstitch at the end again. Cut your threads, and let's go back to the work table. Okay, after you stitch that up, you're going to have something that looks similar to this. Okay, it's just going to be kind of a cattywampus triangle. Cut your threads off. The back side that you stitched is going to look like this. So your interfacing's in here. Stitched down, and you stitched down, okay? So when you fold it over like this, these two edges are finished. And then at this point, I like to take it over to the iron and give it one more good press. Okay, all pressed. Now, you can use a complementing color for your stitches. You can use the same color for your stitches. It doesn't matter. That's totally up to you, however you want to personalize it. But here are your stitches. Now, as I said, this one is going to be personalized for a little fella named Luke. And I'm going to put his name right here down the edge. I'm going to be machine embroidering it. If you have a Cricut, you can use heat transfer vinyl to personalize it however you want to. That's totally up to you. And all look fine and will work fine. And the little doggo that you're going to be making it for is going to love it no matter what you do. So that's totally up to you however you want to personalize it. You don't even have to personalize it. You can finish it up just like this. But at this point right now, I'm going to go ahead and embroider Luke's name on here. Okay, getting ready to embroider. I'm using my 5x7 hoop. For my machine, I've got a single needle Brother and Novus 1600E machine. And that's what I'll be using for this. What I'm going to do, I'm using my 5x7 hoop. Like I said, I've got a sheet of tearaway stabilizer. If you saw my other video, you know what this little chewed out place is. It's that our wonderful boxer Ruby loves to try to eat all my stabilizer. So there's that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is fold this in half because I don't need the whole sheet, and I do want it double layered. Put this here in the hoop, press that down, tighten up my hoop, and I like to give mine a little spray with spray adhesive. This is just basting adhesive it says great for sewing, quilting, embroidery, and pattern piecing. I got this. It's a temporary bond. I got this at Joann's Fabrics. Just give it a little shake. Give it a little squirt. And then I'm going to let this be the front. It really doesn't matter. And I'm going to lay the bandana down on top, single layer. Lay the bandana down on top of the stabilizer. Just like that, and kind of press it into place. This is called floating. I'm not actually hooping the fabric in the hoop. I'm laying it on top of the stabilizer, so I'm floating the fabric on top of the stabilizer. I just find that to be a whole lot easier. Got my edges lined up right here, and we're going to go over to the embroidery machine. Okay, so I've got it here on the machine, and one thing you can do with your machines, and I hope that people that do machine embroider will use this particular feature because it comes in so handy. If you don't, the first time you make a mistake, guaranteed you'll go back and you'll use it. Like I said, my machine is a Brother and Novus NQ16E. It's a single needle, but there's a feature on here that's an outline feature, and what you can do is press that and then press this button up here at the top, and watch, it's going to show you exactly where your design is going to go. That comes in so handy. So like I said, if you don't use it, you need to kind of practice with it and give it a try. But I've got my design where I want it to be. I've got it lined up how I want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and press embroidery and lower my needle. Press start and let it do its thing. And of course, my bobbin is almost empty, so we're going to need to pause for just a minute and change that out. Okay, bobbin's all changed. You go over here, press OK. Lower your needle again. I knew that was going to happen. Press start and let it keep going. And there's the name. So now we're going to click that we're finished. We're going to take this off the machine and head over to the ironing board for a minute. Okay, back at the ironing machine, we're going to take this off the hoop. Cut a couple of loose threads just because they bug me to death. And since I used the tearaway stabilizer, I'm going to go ahead and tear this off. I'm going to kind of hold it down a little bit with your fingers as you tear this off, because it can tear your stitches. I'll straighten that up a little bit more when we get back to the sewing machine. You want to fold this over. And give it a good press. And it does pucker just a little bit when you float it on the machine, on the embroidery machine, especially since it's so close to that edge. You can pin that down if you want to, but I have found that it's typically not enough to mess up the bandana, especially if you're going to give it a really good press when you get through with the embroidery. Flip it over. Let's do the other side. Now, open it up, press the inside. You don't really go back over that crease that you just redid. Okay, now we've got it all pressed, got the name on it. So let's take it to the sewing machine. Okay, back at the sewing machine, what you want to do is take your bandana and you're going to fold it wrong side out, pretty side to pretty side on the inside. Okay, match up your finished edges right here. Remember where you sewed those down. Match up those finished edges. Grab your pins and pin it down. Put a pin in there. Straighten out your edges. I like to put another one about halfway. And then one down at the bottom. Do the same thing on the other side. Matching those edges up. There. And now you've got it pinned. And what we're going to do is, starting up here at this top corner, here's the pocket that you created earlier. Starting up here at this top corner, you're going to sew down this edge, start right here at the top, back stitch, and sew down this edge using about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. At the corner, you're going to pivot and sew back up this edge. At the top up here at the other pocket, back stitch, and then sew off the end. Okay, so let's do that. So down to the corner, leave your needle in the fabric, raise your presser foot, and off to the end. Okay, see, you've got that done. Now, let's go back over to the workstation for just a minute. Okay, take your pins out. And then down here at the very bottom at the tip, you want to clip that corner right up to the seam. You don't want to clip your seam. Can you see that? But you want to clip the corner right there up to the seam. That's just going to make, when you turn it, that's going to make that corner work better. One thing I found to have handy at your sewing station that I use a whole lot more than I really ever thought I would is a pair of tweezers. And even though this is going to be turned inside out and you're not going to see it, if you want to get the rest of this tearaway stabilizer out, you can use your scissors just to grab the edge of it and pull it out. Sometimes it bugs me enough that I need to get it all out. Sometimes it doesn't. I guess this is one of those cases that it does. So, well, that one's in there pretty good. Anyway, get all of that out. That's not going to show anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Now, what you're going to do is this pocket that you created, reach into this pocket and push it through. And turn it right side out. Straighten out your pockets. Then take your finger and stick down here and find this corner or the point down at the bottom. Push that out really well. And you've got it turned. Okay. If you see any stray threads, go ahead and clip those off. And flatten it out. See, there's your bandana. Now, a step that you can do, at this point, it's finished. You can leave it just like this if you want to, and you're good to go. All you would do is slip your dog's collar through this pocket right here and snap it right on them, and they are ready to go. But just to finish it up and give it just a little better completed look, I'm going to take it over to the iron. Okay, I've done that. I just stitched a 1/2 inch line all the way across here from the bottom of the pocket to the bottom of the pocket over here. Clip your thread. Okay, now you're finished. Here's your bandana. What you need, all you need to do when you get it home or get it to your pup, this is not the right size collar. I'm just using this for example. You stick it right through the pocket there, comes out the other side. You put it on your fur baby. And there you go. What do you think? It's a really simple project. It's a lot of fun to make. It's not hard at all. I think from start to finish, this took us, what, maybe about 30 minutes or so. There you go. I know Mr. Luke is going to like his. Real quick, I'll tell you real quick about Luke. Luke is a special little rescue. He was rescued here from the neighborhood that I live in. Me and another lady had seen him for about 2 weeks just running, and he was scared to death. He was close to a highway, and we were so afraid that he was going to get hit. We spent about another 2 weeks trying to catch him. He was so hard. He was so skittish. He wouldn't let anybody near him. After a lot of trying, trail cams out, monitoring him, seeing when he would show up, finding out where he was sleeping at night, we were finally able to catch him. We did, and now just a wonderful, wonderful family has him. He is spoiled beyond belief. He is absolutely adorable. And so this is for Mr. Luke. And I know he's gonna just absolutely love it. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know how you like this this tutorial. Let me know if you tried it. Was it easy? Do you have any questions? Is there something maybe that I can help you with? I'd love to if I can. If I don't know the answer to something, I will certainly try my best to find an answer, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're new to our page, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we upload new content. We're trying to get more projects done and more things loaded up onto our channel. I hope to have my videos set up so that you can do them along with me. We can do a step together, and you can pause the video and you can go complete the step and then come back to the video, press play, and you can go again, and we'll just get them done all together. If there's something else that you'd like to see done here on Pops&Gigis workshop, let me know. Pops is building furniture. He's adding things all the time. I've got some other things in the works that I want to add, that I want to do, that we can do together. But thanks for spending the morning with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and you have a great day. Thanks.